So welcome for a new GetCurrent highlights for the month of February 2026. My name is Frans and I'm joined by Peter Dalmans again. Peter, welcome.
Thank you. Welcome also.
So let's see what the Microsoft updates for the month February has brought us. A few highlights from our GetCurrent session. We just did the GetCurrent session for our customers. A lot of updates. I think we had over almost 80 slides. So a lot of updates that Microsoft has released. What was for you the most important one to pick out, Peter?
So a couple. I had a couple things I want to highlight during this podcast, and one of the is an item which is on the roadmap already since 2023. Is the ability that we are able to manage multiple corporate accounts on an iOS app.
That's the one that's highly requested for a lot of consultants, I guess.
Exactly, and it's already announced to be shipped like multiple times. Unfortunately, it was always postponed, but now it's scheduled to be March 2026, and currently is the focus for the Teams iOS app. And I think what the idea is that we finally now are able to have multiple managed accounts into the Teams app. Basically, company X has its own app protection policies, and then of course SecMinds has its app protection policies. And until now, those two accounts could not live in one iOS app, and this is going to be changed. And how that will be implemented, I'm not sure yet. There's a private preview running currently. Unfortunately, not part of it, but most likely the most restrictive policy will win. Next to the iOS app update, we were tipped, or at least it was all around X, but Rudy Ohms was one of the first one pointing out a new setting which allows us to basically control or disable MDM enrollment when adding a work or school account on Windows. And this setting is not really communicated yet. It is, however, available in all the tenants I have looked. So customer tenants, our own tenants, my own testing tenants. So it is broadly available. After a little bit of research, what it is controlling is that we are able to block automatic enrollment when a user Entra registered or workplace joins a bring your own device. Auto enrollment is basically designed to automatically enroll devices into Intune when a device is being added to Entra ID via bulk enrollment, group policy, Windows Autopilot, or even Config Manager, which may or may not be a lot of valuable solutions. But in the past we've seen a lot of tenants that also were managing, or at least looked like they were managing, bring your own devices. And of course, you have the enrollment restrictions in Microsoft Intune. But still a lot of customers don't configure that correctly, which will result in a lot of bring your own devices in the tenant. And last but not least, we were surprised to see an announcement around Windows 11 26H1. It is a really scoped release, and it's how they say it. It's a hardware optimized release designed to enable the next generation of silicon developed devices. So it is really scoped to new devices. You ever download it from my Visual Studio online or the old MSDN, but it is really scoped to new hardware.
Yeah, the first announcement regarding 26H1 was, I need that one to implement that on my laptop, and then I read the next sentence. Oh, it's only for specific hardware, the new Snapdragon processor. So probably it will not come to your device. But definitely there will be updates available for the current ones as well. So maybe not the feature ones, but still the security updates and that kind of stuff will come.
Microsoft is still sticking with the yearly feature updates. In the past, we had bi-yearly or twice a year feature update, but Microsoft is still sticking with the H2 feature release for the general population of the Windows 11 devices. So 24 H2, 25 H2, and the next version for the existing hardware will be 26 H2.
So by the end of the year, we will probably have another version of Windows for the current estate.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of exciting updates. Yeah, next to that, some small updates and a lot of big updates coming up in the near future.
Yeah,
for you.
For Entra, the passkeys, we highlighted that one last month. That's still actual because that is coming through in March. One other thing that triggers me this month is regarding the guest governance that is available in Entra ID governance. In the past, we didn't need a license for guest governance. Then Microsoft changed the rules, and you need a specific Entra ID governance license to realize that. And with the next update that's coming from the end of January, so it's already active, you can connect an Azure subscription and then doing some monthly active user. The monthly active user model, so to say, is realized under the subscription linked billing, and with that, the payment for guest governance can be done within that Azure subscription, and you still can realize guest governance without Entra ID governance licenses. So with that, you can do a quarterly or half-year access review for your guests. You can let them do a self-review. Do I need to still to be in the tenant of the customer or the partner that I work with, and so on and so on. So I think this is one of the important things to get a bit of guest governance in your tenant. And luckily, you don't need an Entra ID governance license. You still need to pay for it, but it can be realized within the Azure subscription. So that is, I think, a good one. And another one, not Entra, Defender related, is the upcoming stuff for the built-in alert tuning rules. What does that mean? Microsoft is realizing alert tuning rules within the Defender XDR. So, for example, 12 built-in rules for Defender for Office and 6 for Defender for Endpoint. The 12 for Defender for Office are already live. They are going live on beginning of February, beginning of this month. And the Defender for Endpoint rules are going to be active late February. They're now in preview and will somewhere come general available. What they do, for example, the email reported by user as junk or not junk, that is an alert that comes through in the Defender XDR portal a lot. And they if that alert is generated, it's still there. So you need to take an action. And if you haven't looked at the XDR incidents or alerts for 3 months, for example, in a larger environment, then there are a lot of incidents. So a bit of alert fatigue, a lot of alerts that are there, and then you're still not looking anymore good. And with this alert tuning rules, Microsoft is optimizing the alert queue, so you are looking at the real alerts that that are happening in your environment, and you can take action on them as good as you can do. So I think this is helping to get a bit of more insights in what's happening really in the environment, instead of getting all the alerts coming through and having them in the alert queue, and you probably do not anything with it. So it helps, in my opinion. That
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think these were the biggest and the most important updates. A lot of other smaller updates regarding Android for Defender for Endpoint on Android. A lot of other stuff, Defender for Office and enablement in Office 365 Plan 1. So a lot of stuff happening in the area. And if you want to know what's happening, go to getcurrent.cloud, subscribe on one of our subscriptions, or trial it out with a trial subscription, and you can see what we are bringing to customers every month. And I think that's the most important one. We'll try to pitch a bit of what we do with GetCurrent in this small podcast episode. And if you want to know more, reach out to one of us.
Yep.
And with that, thank you, Peter.
Thanks, and till next month.
Let's see what next month's coming up with all the updates. Thank you for joining, and I say until next time.